Alright folks, John here at DPAED, reviewing again some of the latest configuration on the 2001 Honda VFR hydroxy rigged bike. As you can see, we've had to make some changes. We had some priming issues when the cell was laying flat back here. The first configuration of moving the cell forward under the crossbar of the subframe here and moving the tank in a little bit resulted in the ugliness of smashing all the fittings off the bottom of the tank and losing all the electrolyte. So the next round was we went in, we cut out from side to side all of the under seat tray, so it just goes straight down and was a great big opening from the battery box back, and we put the cell in and the tank in on top of these sheets of bent aluminum. When these prove out a little better down the road, we'll come back and probably get them welded in and make them final. The ECM got moved around here to the outside as opposed to tucked in on that side or laid in on the top like we had it in the original configuration. It's tapped in down in here into one of the connectors. It's tapped in for the auto tune to sense gears, so it maps by gear like we said we were going to do. These map sensors and barometric sensors were merely moved forward. They used to live back here, so now the bolts would go about here. We only need the one to actually retain it, so we're in good shape. The harness tucks away nicely, neatly when bodywork's put back up. This has been floating for quite some time. It's still floating as long as it's above the master cylinder there. We're in good shape. So the cell's laying in on a small piece of foam in the bottom corner here of this tray. This is just, at the moment, laying here on top. That allows me to go in and out of the battery box and so forth. There is the auto tune for you to see, folks. It plugs into the power commander, which is sitting right here, which allows the power commander to read off a wideband and go and tune as we go, getting leaner and leaner to match the conditions that we set in the fuel maps. The latest addition is, of course, this new 50 amp voltage regulator. The original, which was known for having issues with burning up, finally did burn up on me, leaving me undercharging coming back from the last trip. So this is a 50 amp unit attached to a large plate as opposed to barely touching the frame at all. It gives us a large heat sink, an even larger heat sink than expected, so we're in good shape there. We didn't have any wiring damage when the old unit failed. It didn't take long enough. It didn't fail slowly enough to burn up a bunch of connections or anything like that. It just kind of said, I quit, and that was it. The other thing is we've replaced the smaller tank with this large tank. The whole system handles almost 2 1/4 quarts of fluid as opposed to a little over 1 1/4. This check valve, we had a large disc check valve. It was sticking on the last trip, causing a lot of pulsing and uneven gas flow. This one's much better. We have the data cable for the USB connection to the auto tunes, to the power commander, so I can continuously change the auto tunes requirements. And of course we have our fill tube. We did go inboard with it. In fact, I may change that to just being a large plug here that screws in or screws out. It would solve a lot of the filling and refilling issues. So that's where we are. The bodywork will tuck back in. We'll show you very shortly. In the meantime, there's the gas, people. There's the gas. We're making hydroxy. We're running good. You can see it's white. It's foam. It's so strong. Have a nice day. This is John from DPAED.